Good morning, guys. So we are officially heading over to Gari, or otherwise known as Fraser Island. So if you watched my last video, you would have known that the BT had a few little mishaps whilst we were in Double Island. So I was supposed to head straight over to Fraser, but it just didn't happen. So we are making it happen this week anyway. There are effectively 3 ways that you can get over to Fraser Island. I am going to be taking the in-skip barge directly over. So it's like a 15-minute barge. You can also get in from, I believe, Harvey Bay through a barge that way, as well as flying into Fraser Island as well. If you didn't already know, Fraser Island is the largest sand island in Australia. Don't know if it is in the world as well. Maybe don't quote me on that. Effectively, the actual distance from point A to point B is like 123 kilometers in length. So it's a pretty big island. I'm not sure how much of it we'll be able to tick off in this trip. Look, I'm going to give it a red hot crack, and if we need to split it into 2 videos, we will. But either way, let's get over to the barge and get on over to Fraser. So we've officially made it onto Fraser Island. Honestly, it was so easy to get off the barge. I think that some of the weather we've been having recently has worked in our favour. It is so glary, even though the sun isn't exactly out. I don't know if it's warm enough to swim today, so we might still head up to Central Station. I might camp there or on the beach. I haven't really decided. I've still got so much time left in the day, and I am going to give some fishing a go again. I know you guys always give me shit because I suck at it, but look, practice makes perfect, and I actually really enjoy it anyway. So either way, we are going to head up that way. Probably got about maybe a 45, maybe an hour drive. Like, everything's pretty far apart when you're on Fraser Island just because it is so big, but look, I'm mentally prepared for that anyway. So we made it out to Central Station, and not only can you camp in this area, but there is also this absolutely stunning boardwalk that you can walk literally through the rainforest in the middle of Fraser Island. Highly recommend, put this on your list, because if you're going out to Lake McKenzie, you're going to pass by this anyway. Wongolba Creek on Gari is a stunning oasis where crystal clear waters flow through lush rainforests. Although at first glance it does appear like the water is non-existent or even dirty at times, if you take a closer look you'll find the water is so clear that it actually appears invisible. This was once a sacred meeting place for the Butchala people. This creek is known for its ancient king ferns and some of the oldest plant species on Earth. After finishing up at Central Station, I was almost tempted to head out to Lake McKenzie straight away, but I just know that tomorrow is going to be incredible as far as weather goes. So I was like, let's just hold out, get out there nice and early. As far as camping goes, I have come out to Zone 2 for camping tonight, and I'm actually really glad anyway, because I love camping along the beach, and this spot is incredible. There's literally no one around me. Now, bear in mind, if you are camping along the beach, you're not in an enclosed camping section, so you do have to be super mindful of dingoes, which is something I'm obviously aware of. I plan on going to bed pretty early, and it's just being mindful around cooking as well. I think I'm pretty safe overall. I'll definitely be following all the rules anyway. And to think I was going to cook a full-on meal tonight, I'm so glad I didn't, because I was actually sitting here and I was like, oh, if I cook dinner, I might not be able to see a dingo if it comes up behind me. So I was like, let's just go toasted sandwich, and literally as soon as I took it out of the toaster, he came out of nowhere. In saying that, not aggressive at all. If anything, he's having like a little nap now. It's really cute. So I'm gonna down this sandwich, and then I think I might crawl into bed, and hopefully that will keep them at bay. Our first stop today was to take in the stunning scenery at Lake McKenzie. This is one of Queensland's most breathtaking natural wonders. It's interesting to note that Lake McKenzie is actually a perched lake, sitting at 100 metres above sea level and is filled only by rainwater with no streams flowing in or out. Its vibrant blue colour comes from the pure acidic water that filters out impurities, whilst the white sand is actually 98% silica, and this reflects all of the sunlight, creating this crystal clear appearance. You'll typically find that the deepest point of Lake McKenzie is around 6 metres, and it's said that the waters are so pure here that many plants and animals can't survive, although I'm almost certain I did see a couple of turtles pop their head up from time to time. As if on cue, right now when I'm leaving, all the crowds are rolling in. So I just timed that so perfectly to be pretty much be able to have that whole place to myself. From here, I'm going to head over to a spot called Lake Waddy. It's pretty well known, but I just don't think it's as popular as Lake McKenzie. So I might go and chill out there for a couple of hours, and then we might camp around the area, do a little bit of fishing, and then tomorrow is where we'll hit up Eli Creek. So we've made it out to Lake Waddy, and this one I think is a little bit of a hike in, but then you've got this beautiful sand dune that then ends into the lake as well. So I'm sure it'll be absolutely beautiful. I have actually brought my snorkel set for this one because apparently there is just an abundance of fish in the water. And the same was for Lake McKenzie. There was actually turtles, but I didn't have it with me. So that's why I was like, I'm going to come prepared this time. So it's definitely not clear enough to actually snorkel. It's got this like beautiful green tinge to the water. I might just go for a little dip and then we'll hike back out. And then from there, we're going to head back over to the beach side. So I think we're about low tide now, so we still have plenty of time. I'm going to say I've definitely scored the best campsite. So this is zone 4. It's literally Eli Creek, I believe it is, that section, but it's right next to Eli Creek, which would be perfect for tomorrow. I also like this spot in comparison to last night because last night I was like quite secluded. I was behind the dune, so I was a little bit hidden, and I did feel a little bit unsafe cooking, especially when that dingo did show up and all I was having was a toasted sandwich. So yeah, right now I've got some people around me, like not too close that, you know, you don't have privacy. It just gives me that little bit of sense of security, probably false sense of security, let's be real. From here, I'm just going to be chilling out for the next hour. It's pretty warm at the moment. And then, yeah, we're going to go for a fish right off the beach. Morning guys, so I'm having a relatively lazy start to the day. I mean, it's still like, what, 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just cooking breakfast, but that is late for my timing. We're gonna eat this, we're gonna pack down, fingers crossed no dingoes come for me whilst I'm eating. Although, I have complete faith in humanity. So I think I mentioned to you guys last night I camped a little bit closer to some other people, like family, and their kids have literally been chasing the dingoes down for me. Like, I don't even have to lift a finger, which has been so nice. It just makes it like one less thing to stress about whilst you're camping on Fraser anyway. For today, we'll be heading up to Eli Creek, that's the plan. And then I think I want to probably gun a little bit further up north as well. So I haven't decided if I'm heading over to the west side. Obviously it depends on timing and also depends on how confident I feel going through Nagala Rocks as well. So we might just head up there and sort of suss it out. I'll be honest with you, like, I'm pretty keen to give it a crack, but we'll see. Name a more relaxing situation. This is incredible and the water is so beautiful as well. I reckon I'm going to do this like at least 20 times. So I'm all finished up at Eli Creek. However, now we're still on that high tide side of things. And in order to keep going north, you actually do have to cross Eli Creek. So I'm going to watch a few people go through because effectively at low tide, you could probably just scoot around more towards like the beach side. But low tide isn't until like 12:30 and it's still only 9 o'clock. So I'm not really keen to hang around that long. So I'm just going to see how a few other people do it and I'm sure I'll be fine. Like, it doesn't actually look that deep at all. Can confirm that's going to be super easy. I was expecting it to be a lot deeper, so yeah, definitely no concerns getting through that at all. Plan of attack for the rest of the day. So I think I'm going to head up to Champagne Pools and maybe camp at Waddy Point for tonight. And that will give me plenty of time tomorrow to be able to pass through Nagala Rocks if that's the direction I choose to. 99% sure it's going to happen. But for now, let's go check out these ones. We'll stop off at the Red Canyon on the way as well. say we're on an absolute roll. We're finding the best campsites. The view behind me is incredible. So we've actually come out to camp zone number 8. I was going to go to Waddy Point, but I actually wanted to stop at the shop on the way through, so this just made a lot more sense. And this is literally right down the road from Nagala Rocks, which will be perfect for tomorrow as well. So we'll head straight up that way tomorrow as soon as we hit low tide. But for now, I'm going to cook some dinner. I'm actually going to have pizza. I feel like it's such an incredible staple. Probably not the safest food to be cooking whilst I'm in like dingo country, but that's fine. We're going to make it work, and I'll make sure I keep everything nice and clean. But in saying that, guys, I know how much we all love a cliffhanger, so I've decided I'm going to split this video into 2. I feel like we've already experienced so much over this side, and once we get to the west coast, that's going to be an entire experience in itself. So I reckon we're going to cut it short here, and yeah, hopefully I do make it through to Nagala Rocks. I guess you guys will find out if there's no video. That's pretty much going to say that I didn't make it through, but I'm very confident. Like I said, everything I've seen my BT do and accomplish, I'll be fine. But my take homes for Fraser so far, doing it solo, it has its pros and cons. Like, would I do it solo again? Probably not, but not for the reasons that you would think. I think the first night kind of did throw me off a little bit with the dingo, and I was kind of worried that that would just be, you know, me going on by myself, and they sort of see it like a single person as a bit more of like a target, but that wasn't the case at all. It's just happened to be that dingo. And there's definitely some experiences here that would just be so much fun with somebody else to share, like Eli Creek and Lake McKenzie. Like, those are 2 incredible locations that I would have loved to do with friends or family, but because I plan things literally last minute, it's very hard for me to be able to do that. So I'm going to finish my dinner, and I will see you guys all in the next video.